It's about that time. It is game time again. Orlando Pirates, that's right, Amapaganea are back in the Betway Premiership. And this time is not like the last time. We really now want to win this competition and see how far we can push Mamelodi Sundowns. And it all goes down Wednesday night against Sekhukhune United. And we are back Escotini in a game that will be a precursor to the derbies against Kaizer Chiefs. And we know that we do not want to drop any points in the league, and we want to push Mamelodi Sundowns all the way to the end. So stick around for this match preview on the Happy People TV, where we will go through opposition analysis, team news, predicted lineups, and score predictions. And I know that you guys don't want to miss that. So just before we kick off, don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe to be notified, and share so we can grow the community. Danko in advance. Hey to all of my fans, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Happy People TV, Orlando Pirates fan channel. Like I said in the intro, match preview for the game against Sekhukhune United in the Betway Premiership. It's been a while, but yeah, we are back here and we are going to be here for a while. Mr. Coach, our technical director. Mr. Coach, how are you feeling, bro?
Hola, Braga. I am fit too. I'm actually feeling a lot better. The time to look at wounds is over. The players also have to switch on, and if they have to switch on, so do we, and right behind them. So, yeah, I'm not the Braga with Sawena.
Yeah, you know, Betway Premiership, we're a Premier League team. It's the dilemma is a dilemma because it's not over. We have games in hand. And I'm pretty sure if it was 23 games to 23 in the league, with us actually being 3 points behind, this preview would go much, much different. So I guess I'll have to dig deep and leave everything on the screen. Yeah, Bethu, let's go through the team news. What do you have for us from a Pagania perspective?
Our injury situation remains the same. It seems like we still have Olisanda Buzavara. I don't think we'll see him this season. He'll only be back next season. Same goes for Sesani. He's still got a moon boot on. Lepasa and Tim, we've seen some clips of them training, but nothing confirmed. So we'll assume it's not full training yet. Otherwise, I think we have a full complement of our squad. The only thing that is relevant is we have a couple of players that are carrying 3 yellow cards, potentially could miss the Soweto Derby this coming weekend if they get the yellow card. Those players being Talent Mbata, Patrick Tito Maswanganye, Relebile Mfugeng, as well as 27, Tabelo Toki.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess that would cause something in terms of selection headache. Like I said, the issue with this game is that in your heart and in my heart and in every Paganea heart, it's a dead rubber. But those who get paid to make sure they can't look at this as a dead rubber. So I guess it'll provide a bit of a...
Yeah. So it's not a dead rubber. It just feels that way because the loss, the Champions League was so recent. It's only been a couple of days. I think if we had a week or two of my international break to get over it, we would come back with the same energy we should be carrying for this game. Because it's a big game. It'll be just terrible if we drop points in this match. That will be...
Yeah, it would be salt on the wounds, of course. And it would really mark the real end of the season. And it would also be self-inflicted. So there's a lot of things that it would be that are not desirable. So yeah, I agree with you. That's why I was saying, Jorge, those who are getting paid are the ones who are going to have to forget about, you know how they always say, forget about the loss, move on to the next game. So that's what they will have to do. That's their job. Okay, cool. How about opposition analysis? We are playing Sekhukhune. Like I said, they are a couple of points. Well, not a couple of points, many points behind us. But I'm pretty sure with the new coach, they will want to make some sort of a statement for the team that's above them. I remember the last time we played against them, this was the situation. I think they were just behind us. So when it comes to them, will they cause any issues?
I think it definitely won't be a walk in the park. Sekhukhune are a great side in general. They assembled quite a decent team there. They've stayed within the top 5 for the whole season, which tells you something. And not necessarily top 5, but a huge point gap. They've actually stayed in and around the top 3. So I think they've been a very good side. Tinkler also brings that new manager bounce with his own philosophy. He's not too far from the way they used to play. Tinkler is a attacking coach, so I think they'll look to cause some damage. I mean, they're obviously in the top 8 already, so they're only playing for a place in the Confederation, I think. I stand to be corrected.
Yeah, true.
No, but number three goes to Confed. No, so they're actually playing for the Confed Cup. So, I mean, sorry, the CAF Confederation. So there's a lot in it for them to play. They definitely want to put on a performance. I think even players on that side were getting to that point of the season where they probably want to polish their CVs in case any of the bigger clubs have been watching them. Players like Mahalwa, who've had a very good season, and maybe a couple of others will also be looking to maybe secure deals. They probably also want to kick a dog while it's down, being us. So it's definitely a club to be wary of, especially in terms of how they set themselves up. They've got a lot of danger men in their front three. Mahalwa, sorry. Doing really well in the season. I think he's top 5 for goal contributions this season, if not even top 3. Ohizo also has had quite a decent return of games recently. We know they've got Mbule there who can cause a nightmare for any midfield. So, definitely a club that's going to bring the game to us, I think.
Yeah, I can see him Shebile Mahalwa, 28 years old, is number 7, 4 goals, 10 assists. Playing mainly in the wings, but left wing is his most main position. Out of the 24, well, they played how many games? They played a number of games this season, and I think he's probably played most of them. He's probably missed like maybe one game. Yeah, and yeah, not bad, bro. Not bad. So he's a threat in terms of output. And actually, I feel like I remember watching them and seeing him as somebody dangerous when they were still being coached by Siema. So all right, no problem.
Umnate, he can beat a man. He's got pace, and he operates on that channel, our weak channel, bro. That right hand side. I don't think we'll play Kokoki, so I think we'll go to a back 4. But even so, whoever starts at right back, let's just say Van Rooyen, hypothetically, is gonna have what Mahalwa can do is beat his man 1v1. He does that pretty well. So he can exploit the space. So yeah, we'll definitely have to be a very well organized.
Okay, with that said, you're saying the matchup is most likely to be between him and whoever's playing where?
Van Rooyen.
Van Rooyen.
The right back. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, why does it seem like? It seems like for most teams, their strongest player is their left wing. And that just coincidentally coincides with our weakness for the season, what we can call a weakness. I won't say our weakest defender.
Right wing. Left wing. I honestly think teams are when they're preparing for us, they are deliberately putting their best men there and holding the ball as much as they can. I don't think every single team we've played this season is so dangerous on that side. But
look, we're dangerous on that side. We ourselves are dangerous on that side. When it comes to the modern football, wingers / wide forwards are dangerous, and with most people kicking right, it is just so it will always usually be that your right winger is your left wing is up there in terms of your most dangerous players. So I mean, I don't think it's the way people set up against us. It's just a coincidence that our weakness is at the same place where most people's strengths are, is what I was trying to get across. But yeah, it's just a pattern that I've noticed this season. Okay, dude. Well, in that sense, how would you now approach the game in terms of mental approach as a Pagania, as we have noticed there? Like I said at the beginning, it feels like a dead rubber, but they obviously have to make sure that Sekhukhune leaves with 0 points on the day. So how would you approach this game tactically?
Yeah, so I think we have to go all guns blazing. We have many reasons to fight on the pitch. I think we kind of have to make a statement as well. Hore, just because the Champions League is gone, we're not completely down and out, and we also need to get confidence up for the boys. They obviously took a beating from that loss, so we definitely have to again attack the go for goal, go for the win. The back four, in fact, we have a similar performance like we did in the final, except this time we actually want total control. I think it'll be good for the energy, for the morale in the team as well, especially leading up to the derby. You need to get those energies up again. So, yeah, I think we definitely go for the win. Obviously, a little bit cautious. But I think with a double pivot type of setup, we can have the right kind of safeguard and still be able to get next one point. So yeah, it's about pedal to the metal in this game, if you ask me.
I've got a little bit of trauma when it comes to pedal to the metal. If you say pedal to the metal as a Pagania, I just get flashbacks. Yeah. Anyway, no, I understand you, bro. You know what? For me, you know what? I don't think there'll be any there won't be too much to learn from this game. In terms of style of play and things like that. So I think when it comes to approach, I think we must just try to limit. Like you said, we have the yellow card and whatever. So first of all, don't increase those chances. Think about the next game and just try to get through this team in a fashion. What our 1-0s. I remember even before this lost cup game, I kept on saying, Hore, even if we steal every result from here going forward, I'll be comfortable. So I've got that same attitude. Hore, let's steal it. I know it's at home and whatever, but we don't have to outdo them in terms of outrun them or whatever. We must just put the quality on the pitch, let the quality work, and I have a feeling we might be a little bit tired, so we shouldn't sprint too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, Fetu, I think as a supporter, maybe obviously it's not the best thing to do as a coach or from inside the camp, but as a supporter, I want to see them very clearly separate themselves from any PSL team in this game. I want to be like, even though, how the attitude we were carrying when we came back from the Spain preseason, so Spain. So now I kind of, for my soul as a Pagania, I want to see boys against men so that I can properly swallow this thing and get over it.
Mr. Coach, I cannot fault you for feeling like that, Mr. Coach. How would you guys approach this game? What do you guys in the comments think is the most important? Obviously, the most important is the 3 points, but in terms of our showing, the feeling that we will have during the match and after the match, what do you think, or what would you like us as a club to portray in that game? I'll be interested to know that because as a Pagania, especially because we haven't been to the stadium in a while, I just don't know aftermath is wrong, and I'm not too big on social media and stuff like that, so I don't know besides the banter hore Pagania bona bari. So I would like to know from the comments. So let's move on to the predicted lineups. This one for me was too tricky. I'd like to start with myself so I can get myself out of the way. So I went with what I call a, let me not say what I actually call it, but a very non-conventional lineup, I must say. I've got the radio man up front, Kimvudi on the left wing, Dlamini and Shandu being the CAM on the right wing, yes. Double pivot of Musel and Rasibucha. And then in defense, I've got Makomboga, BC and Van Rooyen, and I made a mistake with the goalkeeper. I should have went with Butelis. I'm not going to explain too much. It's either you ask me a question. If you don't ask me a question, I'm going to leave it right there and say that is the team that I want to see on the weekend. Beating Sekhukhune 2-0. What?
This is the lineup you field. Okay, I gotta keep out the picture. This is the lineup you field as a bare mathematically team winning league say win. Yeah, preparing for next season and seeing what you have in the squad to work with, bro.
With the caretaker coach getting the boys out. It's a cry for help.
Against Sekhukhune.
It's a cry for help. This is how I feel. You see, this formation, this is how I feel. I'm not saying anybody, I'm not bashing any player that usually plays in our starting 11 and all of that. But
yes,
I hope this is speaking volumes. Yeah, but honestly, come on, Radio Man. Radio Man, I would like to see him. Secondly, there was a big selection headache between Rasebocha and Jean, but I went with Rasebocha.
KP has checked out Mapagalea in case you guys didn't know. KP went to the 10.
It's a predicted XIR against Chiefs before the 10. But yeah,
sure.
I wouldn't cry if I saw this. Yeah.
The game on the 3rd is a league game, so this attitude that you've displayed on this field means what's one league game, you're like
this team should be able to beat Sekhukhune. Or else I'll have
I don't know about that midfield.
Should be. Yeah, okay, sure. Feed. You can pick holes in it, but you know what you would be doing if you
many holes in there, KB. When last did Rasebocha put on a match day peep in Betway?
So if you have no further questions, I'd like to move on to your lineup.
Sure, Praga. I try to keep a little bit of rotation in there. No, KP. Lineup against oh, it is, sorry. Yeah, I also struggle a little bit. I also do want to freshen up the squad a little bit, but to me, this it's a must win. If nothing has changed, if we lose the league, I would like to lose it on the very last day. So at the back four, obviously we went right back to a back four. I'm going to continue with my song that I've been singing on since the channel opened, that Hoto must get some rest. So I've got Shandu on the right because I think Van Rooyen is also very exhausted. In the middle of the park, I actually would have preferred not to start Makaula, but I cannot choice it because I'm not sure if Mbath is even available for selection. So middle of the park, I think between Makaula and Musela, they can definitely deal with any threats and be able to get us into the forward positions. Musela is a good passer of the ball, and alongside Shenko, they can definitely do a job. I left out Tito because I'd like him to start. Katabite, I will not risk him getting that yellow card. Front three, I went with, you can't miss it. It's so clear. I've got Mabasa there, who I think needs to pick up some form again. Nkota as well. I think he picks himself. He needs to play. But more importantly is
14.
I think if 14 doesn't play this game, maybe we'll never see him again. Orlando Pirates, or this season for that matter.
There was so much wrong with that statement. If I think we said if he doesn't play,
I think for me,
and then you said maybe we'll never see him. Okay, carry on. I don't know. Maybe he won't play this game. Neither will he play for the rest of the season. Yeah, what's up?
I think this game makes most sense for him to play. There's a little bit less pressure. Mofukeng's on 3 yellows. There's one man that absolutely has to be available on Saturday. So that being said, I think Saleng can get a little bit of his fitness back. And remind us why his logos kalang season young.
Very interesting, Mr. Coach. Well, guys, who do you feel like should be replacing the guys that are on yellow cards? Because that is very important, especially because we're gonna be playing a tough game against Chiefs in the league. So it's not like we can play them now, then rest them in the next game. So that's the little bit of nuance that goes into this match. So I'd like to know how you guys would solve this here issue. And so now, Mr. Coach, let's move on to the all-important score predictions. What will happen tomorrow night between these two teams, Mr. Coach?
I think we'll edge them 2-1, bro. A win is very important for us. One, I think we're liable to concede. Sekhukhune have some quality players, so they might get that one goal. But I think the Gents will be more than motivated to make sure we get a win. So I think 2-1, maybe even 3-1, but I don't think that's likely. So more likely 2-1. Because I also do think they're tired. They won't have the freshness that we expect or want to see. So I think 2-1.
Well, my lineup definitely solves that. Kishabile head to head, yeah, Tinklale, José, 4-1. So that's nothing to be afraid of. José definitely has the edge. But when it comes to my prediction is going to coincide with how I want the game to go. And so my prediction will be a 1-0, maximum 2-0 for Orlando Pirates. Will Sekhukhune score? I don't think so, especially because we have a point to prove in defense. So yeah, and also obviously we've got a really strong defense, and it's only aerially where we have our weaknesses. Let's see if they try to exploit that. I just don't see them actually scoring against us at home. And so my prediction is, let me give you a final prediction, between 1 and 2-0. 1.5 Orlando Pirates 0 Sekhukhune United. Now I'm kidding. It'll be I believe it'll be 2-0. 1 early goal, 1 late goal by the boys. What do you guys watching think will happen? What is your score prediction? We will be very excited to see how you guys think it'll go, and catch the watch along and everything. Mr. Coach, what are your final words for Amapagania and the fans alike?
Hey, Mfethu, why did you? I'm terrified of a pirate stinker. You know, those stinkers, the pirates of old, that should ring a direct bell of just 90 minutes of not good enough, not being able to understand why nobody seems like they care. Whew. I've seen way too many of those in my lifetime, and that fear just came back for the first time this season.
So, for the first time in this season, the fear has returned. I understand you now, and I think if José went insane, or José and the technical team and the whole team just went insane during the cup game, yeah, I think this will be the time to prove. So, if anything like that happens, I might even utter a words I don't want to say. But I don't think. but it'll be. Remember, I think from the beginning of the season, from when we started this channel, I was like, I've got a big microscope on the mental fortitude of this team, and so I think I am waiting for them to prove me wrong, and I would like to see their heads screwed on firmly straight for this game. And those are my last words for this preview, Mr. Coach. Is that a danko?
No, Mapaganea, all our hearts are sore. It's very important that we actually show up to the stadium for this game, show up for the boys, show them unconditional love. Remember, we are still saying goodbye to José. You know, what happened in the Champions League changed nothing. So, Astroleni and get back to work.
Let's get back to work. Danko Mapaganea, Happy People TV, on the Pirates fan channel.
That is all.
And that'll be all. Danko!